Hello, my name is Ben Malone with Malone's Marine. We're right here today on Kentucky Lake at Old 76 Harbor to give you a great walkthrough video of the Sylvan Mirage 8522 CLZ. This boat here, it really hits a great spot of having a swingback boat, but also not having to break the bank to get one. This Sylvan Mirage, 8.5 foot beam steel. This boat's going to be a 22 foot long. We equip it with the PTS tube underneath, which is going to be a 3/4 length tube underneath to give this boat that Tritoon feel and performance without having to pay that high-end price with that. So you can see on the bow of this boat here, Sylvan stretches out this front deck, gives you plenty of room for walking around the bow to be able to tie up to your cleat here, dropping someone off at the dock to get the truck and trailer, any of that. Also Sylvan, they integrate your docking and your navigation LED lighting into the fence panels here on both sides, starboard and port. Big wide gate up front, so you can see how Sylvan, we like to add that extra accent striping here. Wraps all the way around the boat and ties into the exterior of the fence panels in the back. It's a beautiful look how that black stripe wraps around, then also ties in with our accent striping of our actual upholstery once we get inside this boat. Pick up this hinge here on the door. You can see we use a gray seaweed flooring for this Sylvan Mirage. We love it just to being able to simply fact that it stays cool on your feet. It's light enough, but it's also dark enough that it's not going to show tons of stains, mud, sand, anything of that as you get in and out of the water or just tracking on and off the boat off the dock. As we move into the bow, nice wide area here at this bow chase. Both loungers here, tons of room sitting up where they use this striping here. All the stitching is double stitched, very durable. I can sit here and kick my feet up. Anyhow I want to sit, I'm very comfortable with this Sylvan. It's how they really rise that upholstery up to hit you higher than those shoulders to allow that. Recessed cup holders here. Great area to store all those loose items you may accumulate throughout the day. Easy access to them and not take up any of your actual seating. Tons of storage on this boat. Big storage locker here on the starboard chase. Picks up, double hinge, flips up. You can see you've got the whole boat cover stowed right here in this starboard side chase lounge. The double hinge allows this cushion to rest without me having to hold it, even out there in the waves and wind. I'm not gonna have to fight this cushion to access this storage locker below. The channel, the way they do their seat bases in Sylvans, so it allows that water to really quickly drain off the side of the seat instead of going down in that storage locker. Underneath, you'll see the Jensen audio speakers here on the base of these seats, paired up below with the blue lighting, courtesy lights inside. It really enhances that afternoon and late night as you're coming in to be able to see where you're walking at, not trip over anything as you're getting in and out of the boat. Console here, big locker underneath. Great place to stow a table, anything of that nature, dry bags, whatever you may have. On our boat, we love to put our snacks and bread if we're going to make sandwiches. It stows really well underneath all that. On this actual port side, bow chase lounge is an actual changing room. So as we pull this up, this piston lifts up that lid, pop the snap, piston takes over the rest of the way. Actual curtain itself is stowed inside a pouch on the inside of that door. Once I drop it out, it snaps in, zipper it here. Easy access and quick access if you need to change, if you need to do anything like that. If you're going into a restaurant on the water somewhere and you want to change out your bathing suit, great place to do that. And it's not taking up any space in your boat. Storage is just as easy. Tuck that curtain back into that pouch on that lid, lower the actual bracket down. Once it snaps into place, make sure it's all folded in. Take your latch, close it down, takes over from there, and you're done. Not taking up any storage underneath your seats, under console, on your bimini top, tucked right away. Once you get into this 8522 CLZ, you see this middle area, lots of room for seating and storage. So as we get into the console, first, As we sit here, big high back chair we like to upgrade to. We just think it's just a great option to upgrade this Mirage to a high back. As you can see, it hits me high in the shoulders. I'm not having to really worry about that backrest hitting me in my mid back. Being very comfortable. The seat itself slides forward and back, so I can actually access it either way. I can either slide forward, sit back like I am now, if I just want to kick back and relax, turn. Tilt wheel we add to it to allow us easy in and out. This boat's standard Jensen audio Bluetooth right here. So dual USB ports below. Essentially plug that phone up, keep it on charge. We add in the actual cell phone holder there. Let that phone rest in the holder, plug it in the USB, it's on charge. Paired up Bluetooth with our Jensen audio. We can sit out there and listen to whatever kind of music we want to listen to and not have to worry about having a dead battery on our phone once we get back to the dock that afternoon. Gauge wise, this boat we add in a dual gauge of a GPS speedometer and a volt gauge on a dual gauge here, and then our RPM and fuel gauge in a dual gauge right next to it. 3 empty spots below, either be an engine trim gauge, engine hours, or any other type of access you want to have there. We do upgrade to a Humminbird Helix GPS sonar unit here at the dash. We really love that option to be able to go in and have our actual depth, our actual water temp, time, and even has preloaded map data. So as we get out on the water here shortly, we'll be able to go over how that actually functions. On the side here, our navigation lighting, which I showed you earlier that we're integrating those bow fence panels right here at the push of a button on this rocker switch. Our courtesy lighting, the blue lighting underneath, easily turn on and off. Interior lighting down below. And then our dock lights, which is incorporated into that navigation lighting, the same one single unit, which is really nice how they incorporate the docking light and our navigation lighting into one actual unit. And then our radio, of course, on the switch as well, if we want to control it. And then also our horn. Engine controls sitting right here. Easy access, not having to reach for anything. It's all right here at my fingertips. I can be in a conversation here and be driving and not having to reach and fumble for the throttle if I need to hurry up and back off of it. Once we get up there, we have a recessed cup holder down right below. Our nice kick plate down below so we can rest our feet, not having to sit flat. We can actually rest there, kick back. And the one thing I do love with the Sylvan Mirage, the 8522 CLZ, is they upgrade to a power bimini top. Where in standard would be just a manual bimini top, you have to manually pull up and down. This one here allows the touch of a button to be able to simply raise and lower this full bimini top to not have to fight that. It's the last thing you want to do on a Saturday morning. It's hot and everybody's trying to get in the boat is fight with the bimini top. Same goes for the evening when you're ready to get home. You want to get down, get that bimini top, lay it down, and be done with it. So with that, the bimini top itself, you can see right now, it's in a 3/4 position up. There's a rocker switch right below. All I got to do is simply lower it. That is a fully stowed position there. That's how you're going to want to travel with it. If you put it on a trailer or if you're done with it for the day, you want to stow it down like that so it's on those trailering legs. To actually put the bimini top up, I'm going to come back here to the back. Unzip both sides, starboard and port. Take this boot, this big storage locker here, stows right in. And simply come back to the console. The same button I used to lower that top is going to be the same button I'm going to use to raise it. So you can see, as easy as that was, for a matter of 2 minutes or so. I was able to lower that bimini, take the boot off, come back to the console, raise it completely up. Didn't take up anybody's time. I can do it by myself, as everybody else is loading stuff onto the boat. Easy to come out, put that bimini top up. We even like to take it a step further and put stabilizing legs here, which actually come down, lock into place. If it's really windy out there and you got hard crosswinds, it really helps support that ease of use. It just simply raises down, quick connect here, so making it easy as possible. Once that locks into place, it started that bimini up to where it's not going to get out there and work those gears back on other models and other brands that are out there that don't use these. We like to add these to all of our power biminis. Just a great option for those windy days where you get hard crosswinds and it can cause damage to them. Simply quick connect. There again, no fighting pins, no fighting any kind of manual options. Stow that back. Lowering is just as easy as it was as raising it. Get back to that same rocker switch. Once that bimini is in a fully stowed position, as we started out with, and its trailer and legs are resting where they need to be for support, I get back in my storage compartment, pull the boot back out here. You always want to make sure that Sylvan logo is facing to the bow of the boat. There'll be a pocket right behind the logo where your actual bimini light will run down through. I like to start the zipper, get it going 4 or 5 inches, and then tuck the rest of the canvas in place to there. Work that zipper on around. Just work that canvas back into the actual frame itself. It'll make your life a lot easier. Once you get all that boot back on, see how easy that was? One person, come right back to your dash. I like to raise it up. Now I have access back again to all my storage areas and seating in the back. If you don't want that bimini top fully up while you're on the water, a nice day like today, you can get out there, stay in the sun, but still have that bimini up without having to have the full shade coverage. So you can see this 8522 CLZ as we move into the stern of this boat. That's what really makes this boat special. You have a great L-shaped seating here. You see the table base is here in the middle of this L-shaped lounger. Table leg, table itself, great area around the booth setting. Driver's seat, twist and turn to the table. Huge storage locker here on this starboard side. We love this option. It's a great use of space. That would just be empty floor space on others. Sylvan does a great job putting a big storage locker here incorporating the angle of the fence panel so you don't actually see it from the outside of the boat. But a great big storage locker here. All those big bulky items, you know, big soft sided cooler, great spot for it. Big day bag, all your beach towels, all those types of items, easily stowed right here in the back of this boat. No issues at all. Storage under all of our seating here. We have storage underneath this seat base. Simply pulls up to have access. Big recliner here, pulls up. Huge storage locker here. Great for fenders to go outside the boat. It's also great for, say, a small kitchen style trash can to slide in there. Keep up with all that loose trash so it's not just blowing around your boat and ends up in the water. So this swing back here, so this is the one layout of the option of having just full wraparound seating of the table under the shade. You can still leave that table up, swing this backrest back, and have then a full layout at the stern of this boat. That's what makes this boat so special, being able to have this big area in the back. So you have access to your ladder, you have access to tow bar, jumping on and off the boat. Big storage locker that we love right here. So not only do you have a great big seating area in the back, 3 or 4 people can actually lounge on, having this great access to a huge storage locker right here to be able to access those tubes, those, you know, anchor, pool noodles, aqua saddles, life jackets, anything of those items that you don't really want stowed up in the front compartments or under the console because it's going to be wet. This one being in the floor, that water can just drain right off the boat. Where up on the front, underneath the seating, on the bow chase lounge storage, it's in a compartment. You don't want to put wet life jackets in there or any of those kind of pool noodles. So that's what makes this great use of space Sylvan does here. Easily close it back. The back of this boat, ton of area hanging out in the back, get up, walking around. We like to upgrade on this boat to have an underdeck ski tow bar. So essentially where others, and you would have this tow bar, say, mounted to the floor, you would have this base here, right here where my foot is. Well, that takes up a lot of space of your floor. You don't want that. You don't, it's a tripping hazard. It's just not aesthetically pleasing either. We like to upgrade it to have that underdeck mount. As you can see, it's very sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere. Still easy access to hook that tow rope off of that tube or knee board. Easily right here. Telescopic ladder. Get on and off this boat. That ladder going dropping down, having a full 5 steps. You're able to hop up in this boat with ease, not having to make that first step so high. Very, very accessible boat. And then also just being able to have just a full area on the port side as well on that starboard to be able to have room to move around multiple people where you're not having to fight, kind of twist and turn from each other. This underdeck tow stretches everything to the back. On our Mirage 8522LZ, that PTS tube, that 3/4 length center tube, we like to upgrade with that C-Star hydraulic steering though. So you saw there at the console where we had that tilt wheel upgrade. We like to upgrade the full overall steering system to the C-Star hydraulic. Just gives a great performance aspect paired with that Mercury 150 horsepower. And once we get out on the water, it'll really be able to notice that C-Star steering compared to a regular rack style steering. 27-gallon fuel tank, our fill neck, easily accessible right here, whether it be on the water out there getting fuel at a marina, or if you're at the gas station, not having to get up in the boat, lay the nozzle on the deck, and then fill that boat up. This one right here being off the back, if gas does spill, it's off the back, it's not going to hurt anything. We like to, on this boat here, because of the extra layout and bigger, we like to upgrade this Mirage to a 150 Mercury 4-stroke. It just really gives a great option to upgrade to here. Performance-wise, lets this boat perform a little better, and also the fuel mileage is the biggest advantage to it, of being able to gain that extra fuel mileage when you carry everybody out there. And a lot of this furniture gets a little heavier, so we like to upgrade that horsepower a little bit. Once we get out here on the water, we'll really kind of show you what that C-Star steering does, paired with that Mercury 150. We'll get out here shortly and just show you what it's about. Okay, so now we're out here on the water in this Sylvan Mirage 8522 CLZ. This engine here, Mercury 150 4-stroke. As you can see, we're out here idling out. This boat has that C-Star hydraulic steering. Very easy turning wise. That tilt wheel matched with it. Easily find the position height wise where I want it to be at. Throttle sitting here, my trim, everything is right here at my fingertips where I don't have to go out of my way. Throttle wise, this boat will perform really well with this 150. I'm not having to worry a whole lot about performance of where people are sitting at because of that PTS tube that's underneath this boat. That's going to perform really well. We're fixing to get up out here on speeds, kind of give you a few pass-through shots to show you how well this boat sits in the water and how it actually performs on a turning radius to be able to see how this boat's going to perform on the water.